Hi guys, I'm Paul and I run a small 3D printing business here in the UK, and a friend of mine's been bugging me for some time now to start getting some content on the internet, so I finally got around to doing it. Now, as you can see from behind me guys, I'm currently running 3 of the Bamboo printers, 2 of the P1Ss and a P1P, and at the moment I've just finished off doing my Christmas orders as it is now the 20th of December 2024. So if you have purchased anything from my stores, thank you very much for the support, much appreciated, and hopefully you are happy with your products. Now, when I first started off in 3D printing, I didn't have the luxury of these plug-and-play printers. I actually started off with a Creality Ender 3 V2, and to be quite honest with you, starting off back in 2019, the good thing is these were around there, so you had to learn whether to repair the printers, figure out the bed leveling and all that. Obviously, a lot of the things nowadays is done for you. So like these printers, for instance, or the A1s or the Prusas or other printers that are on the market, including the Crealities, a lot of it is done for you within the software. It's a matter of plugging it in, turning it on and doing the bed level, which the printer talks you through. Now, over the course of this channel, I will be going through the pros and cons of running a small business in the 3D market. Now, I will confess, at the moment, I don't design any of my own models. But if someone tells you the market's flooded with this, that, and the other, some of that is true, some of it isn't. The 3D market itself isn't flooded because you might have a skill set or a design skill that I don't possess. In regards to it's flooded with certain prints, i.e., you've probably seen the 3D printed dragons all over the place, then yes, that type of thing is flooded. Now, I do confess I have sold those things in the past, and I do sell a lot of the fidget toys and so on, purely because they do actually sell. But moving forward, I do hope to start designing my own products, things that will help you just get past certain features, quality of life type things. But that is a skill set I'm going to have to learn in the future. I have got a course I'm going to be looking at myself as well. But at the moment, I'm using a free program called Tinkercad, which is very easy to use. It's very basic, but it's very easy, and you can get a lot done with it. And it is built in the browser, so you don't have to download anything, and it's free. And I do actually believe it's made by AutoCAD, so it just gives you a bit of the history behind there. So as you can see, like I say, I've got the 3 printers here at the moment. Now, over the next 12 months, I do plan to actually raise these up because I want to get at least another 2 or 3 printers on the bottom there. And if I'm honest with you, I probably will go for the A1 combo, purely because they all run on the same software and they're the same bed sizes to these. So when it comes to making my models in the future or any future designs that I download, then I will obviously it's going to make it a lot easier having all the bed sizes the same because I don't have to worry about changing parameters and this, that, and the other. Now, if you do decide to get into the 3D market or just as a hobby, then please let me know in the comments below, guys, if that is something you're planning on doing. Now, I just want to confess as well, guys, as we move forward on this channel, I'm no professional. I'm learning every day in this job, whether it be from repairing machines to issues with filament or filament dry boxes or packaging. Postage is a different kettle of fish altogether. But I will go through the pros and cons of everything as I'm going through. But I would like to hear from you as well, guys. So if you've got any issues that you have dealt with, by all means, leave them in the comments and I will reply back to them. So at the moment, I'm just in the process of tidying some mess up because I finally got around to getting some new scales for my deliveries. In fact, my sister's actually bought me them for Christmas and I've actually got them early. So it's just the little mum bin scales, and it has actually got a little flap there somewhere in case you're using something that's like a ball and you need it to hold it in place. Because I have been using kitchen scales, which is not ideal because they're battery operated and you can't always tell if they're going to be working right. So at the moment, guys, just to show you some of the stuff I have printed in the past. So you've got things like the dragon eggs. You'll have seen these before. They're all over TikTok and eBay, Etsy, and so on. And you've got your little your fidget dragons, as I mentioned before, as well as things like your makeup pads or your, I don't know, remove makeup. And then you've got your little fidget minis and so on. Now I do have other things, and I've got more things to do in the future. And you do have to excuse me, guys. Like I say, I'm in the process of sorting a lot of junk out. Now we've finally got past the Christmas period. No more deliveries, and I'll be honest with you, I'm glad of the break. Now this is I believe it's the second year 3D printing to sell, but it's the first full year of doing a full-blown Christmas sale. And this year, although I haven't done any advertising whatsoever, I'm not very good when it comes to social media, hence why this channel's been dead. I've still made just short of 14 grand, just purely on the stuff that I do sell. So as you can imagine, I can explain to you in regards to the issues I've had with postage. Same goes when it comes to boxes, shipping internationally, and that is something I will go over in more detail in the future. But if you've got any questions, guys, by all means, drop them in the comments below, and I will answer them to the best of my knowledge. If I don't know the answer, I will try and get the answer for you. But I will be going over some of the other stuff I've done in the past as well in regards to repairing printers from scratch. Because, like I say, I started off at the end of E32. I started off with 2 of them, and my first year of selling to customers online, I'll be honest with you, I don't know how I managed, because these things run, I think it's about 6 times faster than those, and I was struggling this year to keep up with orders. So I managed to get away with 2 of just the Ender 3V2 back in the day. I have no idea how I did it. Although I will admit, guys, they're still good printers, and they're a great printer to start off with, because you have literally got to learn the basics, tensioning, bed leveling, attaching new products like bed sensors and so on, where all this stuff, all these newer stuff, whether it be Creality K series, the Bamboo series, or the new Prusa series, all come with bed leveling and filament sensors and AI. I'm not even going to go into that because I don't know the full odds of it myself, but they have got a lot of features in there that you don't get. And obviously, as you may be able to see with the 2 I've got in the far corner there, they have also got the AMS system, which is an automatic material system, which allows me to print in 4 individual colours per print without having to go over there separately and changing them over and so on each time. Now, these particular printers, you can actually run up to, I believe it's 4 of these per printer, so you can have up to 16 colours. But doing a print with 3 to 4 colours is long enough, and I would not like to do a 16 colour change print. Because not only that, guys, one thing I will show you, and I'm sure you will have seen this before, you get a lot of this stuff. 3D printing poop, as we now call it, which is a lot of waste, and it's a lot to go to landfill. Now, as it happens, I have not been any of this. I've got bags of it upstairs until I can find a way to actually come up with a purpose for the poop, which is now all over my floor. Things you do for a video. But in the past, I have tried to do some things, and I'll show you one of the things I have tried to do with the waste. And it is something I need to do a little bit of more tweaking on before I actually sell them. And that is these paperweights, or door stops, whatever you want to use them for. They're quite heavy, and it is all from wasted poop, or PLA. And all it is a matter of putting it in a mould and putting it in an oven. Although I do say, guys, do not put it in your home oven, the oven that you eat from on a daily basis. Get one of those little cheap ovens that you can get on the Facebook Market stall, and preferably do it in a well-ventilated area, because it is plastic you're going to be melting, and these give off a lot of smell. But yeah, as you can see, they're a bit raggedy on the bottom, but this is something I will be potentially doing something with. But with the amount of filament I've got, it's not viable, and I need to figure a way of doing something on a mass production, because I've got tons of the stuff. Now, in the meantime, guys, I'm just going to be going through, tidying things up. If I come across things, it'll just be a bit of a time lapse, and I'll be talking over it if need be, and just to show you what it is I'm doing. And I've got some new things, like I say. I've got the new scales now, so just below the camera is going to be a completely new area as a packing station for weighing. and placing my orders. And everything else I've got, like printers and laser machines and so on, will be going elsewhere. This channel will also be covering laser engraving as well at some point in the future. But whether you guys want that on this particular channel or you just want to keep it 3D only, then please let me know again in the comments and we'll stick to it. I'll create a completely different channel for that. But on that note, guys, I'm going to crack on with doing a bit of tidying up. And yeah, I'll talk over as we go on. Before I go, some of you might be asking what's that on the actual printer and what it is. These are just little dragons, just ready to getting things produced now, ready for next year, just to get ahead of myself, because I normally do print to order. Doesn't always work over Christmas period, because then you start running around pulling your hair out because you haven't got enough time. And in the back there, I've actually got a printed from a family member, which I can't discuss because I think it's for I think it's for a gift. So, but I can show you that possibly after the new year. Right, on that note, guys, I'm going to turn this microphone off and I'm going to crack on doing some tidying up, and we'll go from there. So as you mentioned then, guys, so just a bit of tidying up, a bit of house cleaning now that I don't have to worry about doing any more packaging for customers. And now I've had this particular pegboard for some time, and I've never really used it for anything of any use really. But my plan is for 2025 onwards is to offer customers the option of gift wrap, whether that be for anniversaries, christenings, birthdays and so on. And I thought this might be a good opportunity to use this rack and maybe have it on the back wall just in front of the window there, which is a shame because it's going to block some light out. But I thought that way I can have the different wraps there. It's in the right place in regards to the weighing stuff and so on. And it's not. But the one thing I don't want is it to be just laid on the floor or wrapping paper just all over the place, because it'll get ripped and torn. It won't look very nice for the customers. As you can see, I'm putting things in place, but I'm not actually plugging them in. You don't need to see my backside in midair. So just putting all the empty boxes in place there. When you do get your filaments, guys, I would advise you to keep some empty boxes to side, because you may find that you will need them in the future. And just in case you've got that odd package that's the wrong size, or it's a weird shape and you haven't got what you need for it. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be using the pegboard for wrapping and so on. So you'll see me in a moment actually measuring the wrapping paper to see if I've got anything for it. Now, unfortunately, because of the pegboard I have got, I don't have the relevant clips or anything to hold the paper on with. So I'm just looking through Thingiverse, which again, it'll be something I'll go through in the future to look for something that someone's probably already designed something for this particular process. To do this particular job. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find what I was looking for on Thingiverse, but I did find something on Printables, which is ideal, but it doesn't fit the purpose because the actual pegs are different compared to the board that I've got. So what I will do is, after the video, I will then probably open that particular file. I'll download it, open it in Tinkercad, and then I can tweak it to match the peg board that I've got, so that the actual peg's in the right width and so on. And then I can have everything lined up. Right then, guys, I'm going to leave it there for this video. As you can see, I've just been tinkering about a bit, and you've probably heard me talking over, explaining what I'm doing. Like I say, this is the first video I've done. I'm not new to making videos, but normally I do streaming videos where I'm playing a game on Twitch or something. But I've stopped doing that. So doing this type of content, talking directly to the camera, explaining what I'm doing, is all new to me. So please bear with me. But like I say, if you've got any questions regards to my current setup or my previous setup or anything else 3D printing, I will try my best to answer it moving forward. Just to confirm as well, guys, I am doing this from the comfort of my own home. I live on my own. I do have a partner. We just don't live together. And this is my dining room, so I get to use this as my office for the time being. However, if things do go the way I hope they do, i.e., I'm going to get another 2 to 3 next year printers here. If it then expands, then I may look at getting premises, because I will eventually run out of space in this room. And you can probably just, well, I don't know if you've seen it on the video there, but there's plenty of storage and boxes and that underneath. But yeah, but like I say, guys, if you're wanting to get into 3D printing, or if you're already in the 3D printing process and you're having difficulties, or you don't know where to go, you don't know what printer to buy, pros and cons and so on, like I say, drop a message below. We will have a Facebook page eventually in the future where we can all talk and have a chat together, as well as Discord if that's something you want. But don't forget to hit subscribe and like the video, guys, and let me know what you think. And yeah, I shall see you in the next one. Take care. Ciao for now.